This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Jay Kelly, the new film from Academy Award nominee Noah Baumbach. George Clooney stars as an actor confronting his past and present on a journey of self-discovery, alongside Adam Sandler as his devoted manager. Critics are calling it a declaration of love to the chaotic art of filmmaking, with the Wall Street Journal praising it as a transcendent comedy drama. Watch Jay Kelly December 5th, only on Netflix.
Say hello to the all-new Alexa Plus and see how Alexa can do so much more for you. Need tickets to see your favorite artist? Craving your comfort restaurant? Just sit back, relax, and talk naturally. Alexa's on it. It learns your style, anticipates what's next, and makes it happen across Echo, Fire TV, and more. Learn more at amazon.com/new Alexa.
Sunday morning. What the heck is going on? Well, Thanksgiving is over. With us today is Ryan Thorpe, and he is the investigative reporter for the Manhattan Institute. And Ryan, what have you found? I hear you found a lot of fraud in Minnesota, and there might be reasons for that fraud. Give all of our listeners a update.
Well, the state of Minnesota is drowning in fraud. The fraud has gotten so bad that the U.S. Attorney's Office has indicated that there are entire government programs where the fraud outstrips the legitimate claims. The large-scale fraud rings that have been exposed to date have so far largely been concentrated in Minnesota's Somali community, but this is an inconvenient fact that to date Democratic officials in the state have been either unwilling or unable to acknowledge. And over the course of our investigation for City Journal, we developed a number of counterterrorism sources, a number of law enforcement sources, people who had studied this specifically, and they confirmed to us that some of these stolen American tax dollars, to the tune of millions, have been sent abroad back to Somalia and landed in the coffers of Al-Shabaab, the Al-Qaeda-affiliated jihadi group.
I've heard President Trump talk about it, that there's money being generated there, and the money goes overseas. Is this the same case that he's been talking about?
Absolutely, yeah. So basically, when Somalis seek to send money back home to relatives, to people in Somalia, they're often making use of Hawala networks, which are informal money transfer networks that are popular in Islamic countries, seeing as they don't have, traditional banking systems like we have here in the West. And it is precisely these networks that are being used to funnel money back to Africa, back to Somalia, and this is how Al-Shabaab is getting a cut of these funds.
Understood. And this goes to different terrorist groups too? Different ones?
Well,
besides?
So Al-Shabaab is the only one that I can confirm, but this is a terror organization that is in control of large swaths of Somalia, and multiple Hawala networks operate in portions of the country that Al-Shabaab controls. And what FBI and JTTF sources indicate to me is that when the money is passing through their territory, it is absolutely ending up in their coffers.
And how long do you think this has been going on?
Years. It has been going on for years. In terms of the fraud cases alone, under the administration of Tim Walz, who was elected in 2019, we're talking about billions of dollars that have been defrauded from Minnesota taxpayers.
Now, how does that happen? You mentioned Tim Walz. Do you think he had knowledge of it?
At minimum, Democratic state officials in Minnesota were asleep at the switch. There should have been alarm bells ringing across the board. Government program after government program, you look at the payouts, you look at the claims, and they were skyrocketing over a very short period of time. So this should have been a huge alarm bell for state officials. I will say that sources I've developed in Minnesota have indicated to me that they do think there was, political incentives at play here. The Somali community is a very sizable voting bloc in that state, and so there was potentially some hesitancy to, call a spade here and to alienate that community, which is, a very important voting bloc for Democrats in Minnesota.
Wow. Well, and is the U.S. attorney that's there now on top of things?
So the prosecutions that we have seen to date, the indictments that we have seen to date, have primarily come from the federal level. So, I would say the U.S. Attorney's Office has been doing a great job on this front. There are a number of large-scale fraud rings that have been wrapped up to date. But the one thing I would say is that, law enforcement sources in the state tell me that there really isn't a law enforcement solution here. The scope of the fraud is so broad. It is metastasized under the Waltz administration, and so you're really going to need a change on the policy side of things, because law enforcement and the U.S. Attorney's Office is essentially playing whack-a-mole with these fraud rings.
Wow. Well, Ryan Thorpe, please keep us informed, and it's important that we have a big audience out there, millions, and it's important that we keep them informed. And God bless, and thank you so much, and let's catch up again real soon.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.